Well, hi, Thomas. Let's see what happens for you today. I'll try to keep them short. I struggle with that too at times. So let's see what we got. Holy Spirit, what do we have for Thomas? Libra. Friend on the planet Earth. Oops, I'm doing it wrong. The way I normally do it. I like to cut them in half. And then each pile. That's what I do normally. So that's how I do it anyways. Thus far, doing tarot for someone takes longer than trying to do it like a quick one. Holy Spirit, tell me what I should tell Mr. Thomas today. That what I'm seeing thus far is some kind of warning. I want to make sure that that's what that means. I may have to clarify what this warning is. Sorry, not the best at this. It's saying the fire in you creates a lot of in charge moments for you, but that's what your warning is. Just be, even though people are inspired by you, remembering that you are the example. So maybe it's just slowly stepping into whatever that role is instead of rushing your way in there and just taking the time to think about it. I think that's what that means, because the angels and friends are dancing with you, and there are 3 cups. Give me 1 second. I want to check something else. And a reminder to spend time with the people that you love. And that's why the 5 of Earth is here. An older woman or man, someone you know, or a relative or friend, is worried. They're having a lot of stress. Can you clarify the older woman, older male spirit? Clarify the older woman, older male. There. They're just older and have a hard time. It could even be you. Have a hard time releasing stress and anxieties. So, Holy Spirit is saying just to work on those. And then you have a really healthy person in your life that is not controlling. They're very open and honest, very kind, very generous. It's not a time for lovers. So that card was upside down. It's more of a friendship. Doesn't mean it can't change in the future. It just means it's a friendship. And then, yeah, it just seems like they want me to let you know, the Holy Spirit and the angels want me to let you know to put that thought idea to the side and work on you and yourself first. That's what I'm understanding with that. Holy Spirit, clarify putting the love life off first. Clarify the putting love life. Hermit. Meditating on oneself. It's the Hermit card. It says time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become spiritual mentor or self-discovery. So the more you work on yourself, the more you can help others and relate more. And when you do that, you should have an awakening if you haven't already. Now, Claire, I want to check one more thing about the Arcana part of it. Give me 1 second here. Bear with me. Says you're a dreamer. You feel like you're hung up and you're taking some time to rethink and reflect. The way I'm understanding it, I'm not 100% sure. Take what leaves and then leave the rest. But the reason it's hard for a lot of older people is because we're all, as human nature, all humans, we all have the tendency to be very impulsive as it is. And with self-gratification, we want things now. We want it to happen now, right now, right now, right now. I have this problem all the time. And I never, it don't go like that. Trust and believe it doesn't. That it is in divine timing, though. Like, say, for instance, if there is, say you're stuck in a traffic light, makes you late, that could have saved your life in a car. If somebody tells you no at a job, that means there's a better one coming. There are hidden meanings in every crappy situation out there. And I was supposed to remind you of that. And then for future stuff, because I usually do present and future, because the past is just more like a reflection and learning from it. You can't do nothing about it, mostly. Can't really do a whole lot in the future, but it's more about what you work on. Yeah, as far as this goes, it's not that your future is going to be depressing. I think you're just on the depressed side right now. That's what meditating and grounding yourself would help you do. The further away from your heart is, away from nature, your heart gets hardened, per se. You don't do what you love to do ever. You're just going to end up being more negative, more depressed, and the sun will never come out. So if you take like a week, once a week, do something that you like to do for yourself. Say, for instance, your hobby is fishing, or even just a movie. Do what you want to do, not what everybody else wants you to do, for at least 1 hour a week, and start there. That'll help you. It's beneficial if it's a hobby or something like that, or even if it's just take yourself to dinner if you don't have anybody, or if you do, make sure you always find something, man or woman, for you to do. And I know I'm talking to you, Thomas, you're a male, but we all carry the masculine and the feminine energies. And Holy Spirit wants me to let you know, as soon as you work on you and yourself, and maybe you change your perception of whoever your love choice is, and give it some time, the more you work on you, you attract who you are. So, like, say if you're around bad people all day, you become who they are. But if you are a good person in that crowd, they can take a huge advantage of that situation and end up having to leave. So it just depends on the situation and where you are. But by working on oneself and maybe changing your perspective and being more patient, I'm seeing that there can be huge balance in your future. And balance is like the hardest thing to accomplish, but it's more closer of a balance and self-control. Once a man masters himself, that is peace. You have more peace. Either you or somebody you know, or in this situation, you or them have been, there's an illusion of some sort. Could be you, because I feel like some Libras are very misunderstood too at times, because the fire inside you guys, very intense at times. The illusion of entrapment, if you don't have the self-confidence which you build yourself, or maybe take that time to heal or work on oneself, that confidence will build up. If you have the right person in your life, you need maybe one person in your life to help you do this. That's why friends are such great things to have, and they're very rare also to have. Because a true friend will just, you're not going to get along all the time because they're going to help you see. But a fake friend will tell you what you want to hear all the time, and that's not always the way to go about things. And then we have an upside down earth sign, which could be me, because I've been a little upside down about a lot of things. There are a lot of positive, not always. Or it could also be another earth sign, you know, a Capricorn. I get it mixed up a lot. It just swishes in my head so fast. I wanted to check something out here. In the transformation part of it, and that's what spiritual alchemy is, changing oneself. There's so much information there about spirit and love that Americans have butchered. So I don't know if you, per se, a lot of older generation and old soul people understand it more. But also, those ones are also very broken these days that I've ran into. I'm not saying you are, but I actually had a child with a Libra, and we were not going to get into that. But I know there's hope, and there's hope. Love and God is the answer. Holy Spirit's the answer. Divine is the answer. Doing the next right thing, even at times, is the best answer you can give or do. And and I don't know you personally, but if you have like had bad experiences with people, or maybe some kind of addiction, it doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol, it could be sex, it could be people, gambling, money, any of that stuff. If you, sometimes the best thing you can give back and make amends with is the example of yourself. Changing oneself's behavior can really help that. 3 hearts, or 3 of her in the transformation part of it. And I want to check with Holy Spirit with what else he wanted me to let you know. But I have a hard time. I won't really focus too much on negative things. I go straight to the solutions. I don't even want to mess with it because it's drama and stressful, and I don't like neither one. Of course, I have PTSD, so anything I can do to avoid stress is the way to go for me. So I usually, in time management, I'll spread things out so I don't get freaked out. I'll give myself more time so I don't get stressed. The more I rush myself, the more I'm definitely messing it up. It's been like that all my life. So, yeah, I know Melissa, I was talking. 5, 6, 7, 8. Justice. I knew there was a reason I was supposed to bring that out. But if it was about me, justice is not quite here yet. God's justice is here. Man's justice is not here. But in your world, it's probably the same. It's a card about fairness and integrity. It's a bit like the golden rule, which of course asks you to treat others in the same way you wish to be treated. If you have a decision to make, especially one in which the outcome affects others, ensure that you make it in a balanced, equitable way. The card doesn't want you to set aside your beliefs or principles. Quite the opposite. You are to stand up for what you believe in while also considering the beliefs of others. Be impartial and objective. This card can also reflect situations where you might be judged, like legal proceedings, mediation, school exams, or job evaluations, which is the stress thing I was mentioning about stress. Usually when justice shows up, it indicates a favorable outcome for you, though. And sometimes it doesn't happen right away, like we'd like. And this card also can mean being an advocate for justice, making well thought out decisions, and standing up for the truth, becoming clear on your goals, carefully reviewing documents before signing them. And that's definitely me. And I know there's some of that is in you also, because we relate in the Egyptian way. Holy Spirit. What else do we need to know? What else am I supposed to add and let Mr. Thomas know? What was that? So told me to take these cards out. I've had more success. I'm always right and wrong by following the divine. versus man's law, I feel like if the man's law would add more, if they had God's law, man's law, divine's law, all those laws combined, the justice system and man's law would be much more accurate. Page of Fire. And the Moon. The Moon card, Page of Fire, 2 of Fire, 5 of Fire. Keep pushing forward. You're definitely on fire about something. There's something about your moons, your time, your life that clarify this card, Holy Spirit. Because you know I see it different than other people, Holy Spirit. Clarify this. Wands. So, like, say we all have elements in our body. Earth, fire, water, ether, air. There's another one. But, for instance, if you're all worked up and you're on fire, this is, my understanding is to diffuse that. And that would be missing points of things. Maybe only looking at one-sided version and not seeing the other perception of the other side of the coin. That's why the 9 of Wands is here. It wants you to protect what you have and your gifts. Watch telling a whole lot of people, because they can't be trusted. Nobody can be trusted. As a human, they cannot be trusted. They could be your best friend. One person on the planet you might be able to trust, and they're very rare to find. And the 5 of Swords is here. It's saying be very careful. There's an unwise choice that somebody is making. There's a better way that will make you happier if you do it in the divine timing of things. If you pay attention to music, synchronicities, numbers, songs, people, and give yourself love and timing. I'm feeling here. Drink more water, take more naps, do what makes you happy, because you're failing to recognize a great opportunity and the point of the whole thing. And that's mostly the distractions of life, the oppressions of the systems, being bored, getting sidetracked, being lost in your own world. Maybe even feeling a little backwards, I want to say. You might be feeling a little backwards as a Libra. But you do have the next steps. You do have the friends and family and the light walking the way. And that's what I'm seeing now and understanding better. And you do have a mirrored effect. People do love seeing how you treat others. And everybody has moons. Most people don't work on their shadow self. That is a big deal. Shadow self is another way of healing, counseling, without having to, per se, go to a counselor. And I can't say one is better than the other, because I've had multiple techniques of things, and I've became more wise out of the mix of all of them. But the only thing that you have to be careful with that in this world is, that's why Alcoholics Anonymous has been anonymous, because people seem to take a fault instead of seeing that the bigger picture of it is making you who you are today. It is making you a better person today. It is teaching you something. In my world, I have been able to take other people's mistakes they did to me and mine, put it together and help the best of my abilities. I'm not saying that's the best way or the right way. I just mean, most times in my life, I've never been able to see somebody else's mistakes and change them. This is something far more serious, that happened to me. And I was able to take pain and suffering and make it positive, and trusting my guides and knowing that I'm here to help others. So this is actually longer than I've done in a long time. I hope I can get this sent to you, Thomas. I want to share it because I know it's good stuff, but I'm not going to. I'll do it another day. Thank you.